Hey there. Um, do you know what your wife's Me Too story is? I'm going to tell you, every woman has one, and many women have more than one. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today. So, I'm Leslie Dories, the creator of the Hero Husband Project and owner of Foundations Coaching. And, it's really funny because there is a part of everybody's brain, it's our primal brain back here, that is actually scanning the horizon for threat 4 times per second. And so this will explain why sometimes you can touch your wife and she really invites it. And there are other times when you can touch your wife and she's going to have this reaction like you're a complete stranger who just jumped out of the bushes at her. Now, this is prompted by her past experience. And like I said, every woman has a Me Too story. Whether it happened when she was a child or a teenager or a young adult, I'm going to tell you it's happened. Whether she's been walking down the street minding her own business and she gets a cat call, or some strange guy tells her that she should smile, it would make her look pretty. Um, or even to the point where she has been assaulted or attacked. And when you understand her story, you can understand what's actually happening to her in that moment when her primal brain experiences threat. And if you already know her story and you already know how it impacts you, and you want to learn how to help her with that, just go ahead and put a comment down below or send me a direct message and we'll talk about it. But one of the biggest things is to not take it personally. I mean, I remember once my husband and I were in our bedroom and suddenly he kind of leaps on me, kind of like in my face, and goes, ah! And the first thing I did was go wham with my heel, with the heel of my hand, and I caught him right under the chin. And I hit him so hard that his teeth just slammed together. And I knew he was there. I knew he wasn't planning on hurting me, but that was my automatic defensive reaction to what he did. Um, Now, and it shocked both of us because I never hit him before, but he got in my face, he scared me, and my primal brain went, "You're about to be attacked." And it didn't register that this was the man I'd been married to for 10 years, right? It didn't matter that this was the man who loved me and treated me really well. And this is what's happening with your wife. Um, if you come up behind her and you start touching body parts, and she's not sure that you're there, or she isn't, she might be doing something else. And guys, be very careful if she's chopping stuff up and has a knife in her hand. Um, we can be surprised. And this is why sometimes you can touch her butt and it's okay. And other times she reacts with a really strong um, response to you. And it isn't you per se, it's her history. And this came home to me when I have this client, and he adores his wife. He thinks she's gorgeous, and he's frequently looking at her, and so sometimes she'll be doing something, all of a sudden she feels these eyes on her, and it doesn't feel loving, it feels a little bit invasive. And this is because of her history. And when you understand what your wife's history is, then one, you need to respect it. And the other thing is having a conversation about how it impacts her, how she likes to be touched, how she doesn't like to be touched. Because the one thing that you do not want to do is to have her start to link you with her past story, right? And guys, I know you don't get it, right? Because that's not part of your experience. But most women are very careful and very aware of their surroundings. We have to be, right? We don't get to just walk out of our offices at, when it's dark outside and not worry about who's around us. And this is actually even true, like I said, our brain 4 times per second, we're monitoring for threat. And when you come out of the blue and she isn't expecting it, then she is going to have, more than likely, she's going to have this visceral reaction. And she can't stop it, by the way, because that's her brain telling her you're under threat. And by the way, you don't want her to stop that. You would like to not have it happen with you, but you don't necessarily want it to stop. Okay. And so finding this out, having this conversation with her, and, you know, this is hard. I get it. And and if it's been something very, very serious, if it's been something very traumatic, then it's very helpful to get some deeper and more help around it. But even if she has dealt with it, that 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 habit, that process, that protection is still going to be there. And like anything else, you want to treat it in the loving way that she needs from you, because she wants, what you want is for her to feel safe with you. She wants to feel safe with you. And there are experiences that she's had with other people that have make that sometimes a little bit difficult. Okay, so hopefully that's been informative, and hopefully you'll be able to have a better understanding of when she reacts this way, that it isn't a reaction to you, it's a reaction to past experience. So if you want to know more about it, please feel free to give me, put down a comment below, send me a direct message, or you can email me at leslie@foundationscoachingnc.com, and enjoy the weekend.